Boxing is one of the most popular sports here in South Africa alongside football, rugby and cricket. We do have Bareknuckle fighting championships here in South Africa, in Venda, in Limpopo, called Musangwe. It's not yet popular, it's not yet professional, it's not yet legal, but there's someone who's coming all the way from the United States. His name is Nelson Lopez Junior, who wants to make sure that Bareknuckle fighting and combat sport here in South Africa becomes legal. He's joining me right here on SABC News and Sports Live. Nelson Junior Lopez, thank you so much for joining me right here on SABC News and Sports Live, and welcome to South Africa.
Thank you.
First of all, let's talk about Bareknuckle Fighting Championship. When did this start?
Bareknuckle fighting started. It started way in the 1800s. The first to do it, as my research, was in the UK, in Europe, and then as I did more research. I know that my partner Dave Feldman, he discovered it with the Gypsies, and the Hispanic culture, the Mexican culture, the Aztecs, and now that I did more research, I see that the African culture is really engaged in bare-knuckle fighting.
And how big and popular is the sport in the US?
Since the last 5 years, we've become legal, almost 6 years. And the growth has been amazing. It's considered the fastest growing combat sports in the world. Our trajectories are super fast. Based on the 5 years that the UFC started, we're way ahead of where they were 5 years ago. 5 years.
Combat sport sounds so brutal. Yeah. What are the safety measures to make sure that we don't get serious or severe injuries and also fatalities?
Combat sport is brutal. Football is brutal. The damage that baseball players takes is brutal. All of that is stressful on the body. Since we're looked down on in combat sports because we've been considered street fighters, it's been considered stuff that happens in gangs, or it's been considered violent, because it happens in the street, but we've taken every single measure possible. We go the extra mile for the MRIs, for the CT scan, for the eyes, for the blood, the neuro exams. We really do. We don't cut corners to make a fight, and we really want the fighter to be cleared and be safe.
You are currently in South Africa now. I understand in the last few days you were conducting some trials here, searching for talent here in South Africa.
Yes.
How was the event, and did you find exciting talent here?
I was super impressed. I was very impressed. I was super happy. I was content, super content, just because I've done a lot of tryouts all over the world. I've done tryouts in the US, and there was no one there that was playing boxing or play fighting or just wanted content or just wanted a picture or just wanted to be involved with the name and because it's popular. There were real fighters. There were real fighters with real passion.
Just on a lighter note, we do have combat boxing event here in Venda, in Limpopo, that happens during the festive season. Have you heard about it so far?
I'm very excited about that. That's another reason I wanted to come to Africa, South Africa. I wanted to explore that. I really want to go there. I want to see these fighters. I know that I can discover a champion there. I know that once I open the door to that and the opportunity there, I know I'm confident that from there to professional, or to amateurs, to professional, to championship, I would love to document that journey from there all the way to the United States representing for Africa.
Yeah, just tell us more about that. Your dream to make sure that you unearth young talent here in South Africa that can possibly represent the country in the major events in the US in the future and also in the world.
We've created a platform that has empowered us to give that opportunity. We've created a platform globally where a fighter from here can represent this country in Mexico, in US, in Colombia, in Russia, in Czech, in Thailand.
And one of your dreams here is to make sure that bare-knuckle fighting and combat sport is legal here in South Africa. Have you had some discussions with the authorities here in boxing and also in MMA?
Yeah, look, that's the first stop. I don't want this to be a hidden sport. I don't want this to be some secret or backyard underground fight scene. This is not that. This is a new discipline.
Nelson Lopez Junior, thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News and Sports Live, and thank you so much for visiting us here in South Africa, and we hope to see more of you in the future.
You will see more of me. Come support it. Come be part of this. I want you at every press conference, every weigh-in, and every fight. You guys are VIP. You guys are the reason that's going to make the world know that we're here to stay.